What it do? This is your number one crew. This is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast, and your boys are back on a Thursday in the lab for a new episode coming for you. It's your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop.
It's your boy Jay, aka Mr. Rat.
It's your boy Trey, aka OTR Trey. Oh, God, that's my new name.
Oh gosh. Well, anyway, how y'all boys doing on this good Thursday, man?
Besides me being broke for Christmas, I'm good.
Oh man, who you telling? It is a Thursday before Christmas, even though Christmas is on a Sunday. I'm just not in the spirit, man. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm in the spirit, but I'm not in the spirit.
I'm not a spirit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, oh man. It's just so
I'm in the spirit. I'm just not in the spirit of spending money.
Right. Right.
Before we get started, would y'all agree that Christmas starts losing its luster once you become an adult?
It's gone. When you got buy stuff for other people, it's gone.
It's only fun when you were a kid.
And you don't get shit.
Yeah.
Like, you pretty much, you already know what you and you got a significant other, what y'all spending limit is, and you know that we about to do this for the kids, so don't buy me nothing because I can't buy you nothing.
Well, see, I would agree with that, but I have to say, one time of the year where we do go all out. Sometimes I go too far fucking out, like I do every damn year.
I feel like I go out for birthdays harder than I do like Christmas or anything.
I don't know, because on birthdays we've been on that whole taking trip thing. So
yeah,
experiences.
Yeah.
I don't want no kids for my birthday. Don't buy me no damn gifts for my birthday.
I thought you said you don't want no kids for your birthday.
I don't want those either. No, I don't want no gifts for my birthday, man. Let's just take a trip somewhere. It don't have to be out of the country, but
Yeah. So this ain't gonna be too long of an episode. I mean, we might get carried away with what I got in store for y'all, but we're just gonna start off with the heavy duty, and the main thing that just was popping up was two main things. So first, AEW is Rick Ross. If you watch Dynamite Wednesday, they tried so hard to catch it. So if you watch the previews, you're not gonna hear. But he literally said to Keith Lee, "Yo, you are a big motherfucker," and it was so caught off guard that they couldn't bleep it out
because it's Rick Ross. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, what you gonna do? You gonna try to you ain't censoring Rick Ross.
I think that's what gives AEW like that major fan attraction is like they are just pure uncut right now.
I mean, what we got? Hip hop AEW now, because first is Bow Wow, whatever's going on with him and Jade,
Trina,
and now Ricky Rose,
West Side Gun, Snoop, like
that's Tony Khan for you, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's pulling out the stops.
Yeah, fan of the fans.
Yeah,
but
boy,
Rick Ross just stood there on the side of the apron and then on the stage, like, yeah, I know ain't nobody gonna touch me, so let me.
I just can't get over it while he was talking the little voiceover. Yo, young Swerve, young legend, he's untouchable. Like, what the hell is that? Look at him, he's just talking. Yeah, Swerve.
How y'all feel about Swerve?
I like Swerve.
You think he's the next Prodigy?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't know about the next Prodigy, but I think he's a future TNT champion.
I can see that. I can see that.
So no big time title.
Not yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, could you see?
Hell, shit. He could be a ROH pure champion. Like, I can see him holding a secondary title first. The original way.
So, do you think he would be the first?
This move that he did though, when he did the damn coup de grace.
Oh,
on that cinder block.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Do you think he'll be the first African American world champion for AEW?
Let's think about the black folks. So you got Scorpio Sky, who you never see on TV anymore.
Nope.
You got Swerve.
Keith Lee.
You got Keith Lee.
Mm-hmm.
You got Captain Sean Dean.
I can see Keith Lee being
Moriarty
AEW champion before I see Swerve.
Okay.
Just even though I don't think it's gonna happen, I'm just saying, like, if I had to pick the two, I could see it being Keith Lee.
The way that is trickling now, where it's looking like that the AEW champions are getting smaller in size. That gives me kind of probable. Like they don't have like where you got the biggest
Because they're
person
not
out there.
going with true
Yeah,
heavyweights.
that's what I'm saying. They're going by record, so
Yeah.
that gives me the kind of implication that Swerve could possibly be a AEW champion.
I mean, every once in a while, I feel like you need a smaller guy to hold the championship. I mean, you think about Rey Mysterio did great with the championship when he won
the world championship.
Yeah, think about Brian Danielson did great as the champion when he's considered a smaller guy.
I mean, go back in the day. Shawn Michaels and Britt, they started it.
Yeah.
Would you consider them smaller guys though?
Shawn Michaels was definitely small.
Not in that era.
That's what I was about to say.
In that era, it was Diesel, it was Razor, it was Hogan, it was Luger. Like those were big guys.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Shawn Michaels was small compared to
okay.
I get
I get what you're saying. Compared to that, yeah.
He wasn't like the overwhelming giants that they were used to having hold the belts.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the time of big men being champions is kind of over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course you got Roman who's running the show right now. I mean, MJF I wouldn't really consider to be a big man anyway.
Yeah,
I wouldn't consider.
He's shorter than Ricky Starks.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't consider Cowboy a big man when he had the title, as well as Moxley.
Moxley's not a big man.
Yeah.
Neither is Jericho.
Yeah,
they never actually had a big man hold their belt yet.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Because Kenny Omega definitely wasn't.
Yeah, he's not a big man. He's flying all over the place like a luchador.
Yeah. So I mean, smaller than them though. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
The biggest person on their roster is what W. Morrissey changed his name to?
Big Bill.
Big Bill. Big Bill's probably the biggest dude up there. Then you got Keith Lee. Then you got Luchasaurus. Like those are the true like big men.
Yeah, you got
AEW.
Brian Cage.
Will Hobbs.
Yeah.
What's the old buddy that had the TNT championship? Warlow. Warlow's a big man. He's a big dude.
Hager.
Mm-hmm. Joe.
Could you see Hager ever get back to like AEW championship status?
No.
He would have to leave Jericho.
Yeah,
he got to leave Jericho.
Because
now they got him doing that stupid gimmick with the damn hat.
Yeah, no. Because I like Jack Swagger when he was world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. You got anything else on AEW, Trey?
What you think about Ricky Starks challenging Jericho?
I think it's just a way for them to build up Starks.
Yeah.
So we just talked about Swerve. You see Ricky Starks becoming a future world champion because he said he wants to fight MJF again.
I see him getting a shot before Swerve does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're putting him in a program with Jericho shows that they're trying to move him up. And you see who Jericho's coming out with: Sammy and Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. Sammy's
kind of falling down the card a little bit because he's a 2-time TNT champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not really involved in any specific storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It's just piggybacking off of whatever the JAS is doing.
Yeah. Because now he's like kind of mini feuding with Mox.
Mm-hmm.
And
I also think that they're kind of building him up too.
Like Sammy?
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah.
Well, because we talked about this. The initial plan was for them to build up Daniel Garcia. I'm not sure if that plan got scrapped or what's going on.
I think Sammy's a better goal than Daniel Garcia.
Oh, by far.
I mean, me personally, I think that Sammy is a better choice.
You look
he's more box office.
That time when he did separate from Jericho, when the Inner Circle separated, he elevated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He elevated fast.
I can see him getting a better push or a better pop.
Yeah.
Than Garcia will.
Well, because you gotta think about it. Daniel Garcia is more Bryan Danielson. He can get flashy at times, but he's more traditional. Sammy is more of like a Ricochet type of dude like that, flying all over the place.
So we just you can't tell me that's not 96 Rock.
Oh, it is.
96 what?
That's 96 Rock.
Look at him. Look at the way he's dressed. They're like he about to do the people's
bro. That's 96.
Slide with his loafers on.
That is 96 Rocky Maivia transitioning.
He about to do the people's elbow and slide.
Yeah, we'll see. Nah, ain't nobody in the world gonna do the people's elbow and slide.
Boy, did you see where they tried to replicate that on?
He still look like Austin Theory. I don't care what y'all say.
Did you see?
Honestly, I agreed with you a little bit, but I think I was being nice. I don't see Austin Theory at all with them.
If I did, I'm gonna put a side by side of both of them together, and you're gonna be like, damn.
But
I think with The Rock, it's the clothes, and the haircut.
Y'all just saying the way that he dressed. It's
everything.
It's everything.
It's
Even
everything.
the way he talks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to the way he
His whole persona
yeah.
is when The Rock left the nation.
He pretty much talks in third person.
Yeah.
Also like The Rock.
All right.
Instead of the People's Champ, he's gonna be the Pebble Champ.
Oh God.
Or he's just probably gonna be
I
named
was
Pretty
gonna
Ricky.
say something, but it sounds so awful, so I ain't gonna say it because I had to. Sometimes you have a thought, but you gotta say it in your head first to make sure it sounds right. It does not sound right, so I'm not saying it.
When he was talking about Chris Jericho's body transformation, what he say? Something about he looked like he was like responsible for 5 divorces or something like that. I don't know what the fuck he said. That shit was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But
So,
that's all I really got.
So I guess Chris Jericho's on his wannabe Sting thing right now.
I guess.
I did immediately think about that with the trench coat in the back.
Yeah, I was about in the gloves.
Yeah.
Come on.
But this is my thing though. Even though I'm starting to rock with Chris Jericho more and more,
Starting to. You've always been rocking with Chris Jericho.
I-
not always.
I'm gonna tell you.
I wasn't.
No,
I'm
hell
getting-
no.
I'm getting to
Hell no.
I'm getting to a point here.
No, all the shit and grief that you've been giving me because I said I don't like this Jericho or that Jericho. You've been rocking with Chris Jericho for a long time.
Yeah, but not forever.
No, it's been for the way
It's not
you've
forever.
been acting forever.
If we listen to, we got what 60-something episodes in this.
Yeah, we're gonna go
We
back.
can go back to the
We're gonna
beginning.
go back.
But anyway, I'm tired of seeing. I think I want this to be the last group that Jericho forms for a while.
Yeah.
Inner Circle was cool. It ran its course. JAS is straight. I like Inner Circle a little. I like Inner Circle better. But I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him in groups right now.
I'm tired of Jericho wrestling.
I'm tired of him freaking changing his name up. The Wizard now. The what do you call
The
himself?
Champion.
The 8.
Oh yeah, the Ocho.
The Ocho.
The Ocho.
Exactly.
And now he
Demo guy.
And now he keeps shooting fucking fireballs at people.
Listen,
Like, come on, man.
I
All
like
right.
that shit.
Chris
When you shot
Jericho.
fireball,
No, that was stupid.
at the
I like
dude
his.
who
I
just-
like his names though.
Chris Jericho's starting to get that Kurt Angle walk, so he
Yeah,
needs to
but he
slow
don't look- he
that
don't look
down.
nothing like
All
Kurt
right,
Angle.
so-
Kurt Angle body. Kurt Angle looks shot.
We're not
I'm
gonna
sorry.
get. We're not gonna get this. Man.
I'm sorry.
So,
Love you, Kurt.
Mandy Rhodes.
We're back on this.
Yeah, we gotta finish this up because this is
So,
the finish here.
Have y'all seen how much she says she's made since
In
she's
a week, bruh.
Half a mil.
$500,000.
In a week, and they said that Drew McIntyre's monthly salary is $45K.
Yeah.
$45K a month, and this month the gross $500K in
I
a
told you,
week.
she don't need to wrestle.
Oh no,
She
yeah.
don't need to wrestle.
Mm-mm.
But do I think she's going to pop up somewhere else?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, she
I
probably
think
from
she is.
AEW.
Yeah.
Because right now the hype of Mandy Rose is so up there.
Yeah.
I think them releasing her in the way that they did just elevated her so much.
Yeah,
more.
because now everybody wants to know what is she gonna do next.
if they would have, I think that if they would have taken the belt off of her, quote unquote, suspended her, and then kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit, kind of like what happened with Sasha Banks, and I don't think the hype would have been as big as it is now. Like
Yeah.
it would have eventually fizzled out and died out. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Yeah,
But the
They
fact that
they didn't have to release her.
but the fact that they screwed her over and then fired her the next day,
yeah,
I think they made it so much better for her
yeah.
because now people are like, oh, she got fired over this. Let me go see what's going on.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I guarantee a lot of people. She got a shit ton of subscribers
Oh,
just because it was over. I mean, I opened up Google, and when I went to go Google something, it was Mandy Rose,
Fan
released
time.
by
Yeah.
WWE. Da, 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 da.
Oh, speaking of, before we get off that AEW, I know I did say I think she's going to AEW, but do you think that it's more of a chance that we see Naomi pop up in the Royal Rumble or pop up to defeat Jade for the TBS Championship?
I'm 50-50.
I think that honestly, I don't see Naomi leaving WWE. Just me personally.
Just because her husband's there?
one, her husband's there. I think that's going to play a big role for her and whether or not she leaves and goes. But two, I just think about what all Naomi has gone through in the WWE. I don't think that this is the way she wants her exit to go. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, after what happened with Sasha, how
that's what I'm saying.
They pretty much stating that they don't feel that she's past her prime.
Who, Sasha or Naomi?
That's what they said. That Sasha's past her prime.
Yeah.
And that she's not worth Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair money.
I don't see how the hell she's past her prime.
Because WWE is full of shit. That
was the biggest malarkey. But what they're gonna tell Naomi is that we could utilize you and we need you.
So here's the way I think. And this, I don't want the statement to make it seem like it's taking anything away from Naomi because it isn't. But let's be honest. If she was not in a tag team with Sasha Banks, do you think she would have walked out?
Hell no.
If she was tagged with somebody else and they asked her or whoever her other tag team partner is, hey, we're going to do this and this and this with you, do you think they would have walked out? I'm
gonna tell you, if she wasn't holding that tag team belt with Sasha and she was put into that gauntlet, she would have fought that gauntlet. I think
it was Sasha that was hyping her up. It was like, nah, I'm not going for this. Come on,
well,
bro. Like,
Sasha was trying to make history with her.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But so, I'm not trying. That's why I say, like, when I say I don't want to take anything away from Naomi, but I'm just saying I don't think that Naomi would have refused the gauntlet and the direction that they were taking her.
Let me put it like this. I think that what Sasha did was show Naomi how a top black female gets treated in this company. Agreed. And the fact that they were both champions, both black champions, and then they see that Sasha couldn't even have the clout. Because if Becky or Charlotte had did what they did, things probably would have been different. Vince probably would have been, he would have probably acquiesced to what they said. But because Sasha did it, and Sasha has done everything that Naomi has ever dreamed of doing in WWE. Bianca's on that train right now. She's the it girl in WWE. But things could easily change. They can easily flip.
That's what I said last week.
What happened is Naomi caught a glimpse of if they'll treat their biggest black female, like she's probably thinking that like this, what they gonna do with me? And I'm not half the draw that she is. She may not be thinking that, but everybody knows that she's half the draw that Sasha is. As much as we love Naomi.
Yeah, and you can also
say all of that factored in.
If she wasn't tied to Sasha and they created this bond, right? Because they started together. You get what I'm saying? Not saying because Naomi, she was in WWE longer than Sasha, but when she came to the main roster as a fighting superstar, they started together.
Yeah.
Part of the Team Bad, right? But if she wasn't so emotionally tied to her, she would have fought in that gauntlet, and we'll be seeing her as the first woman a part of the bloodline.
Because remember, I was saying that I thought that she was I was picking her to win the Royal Rumble that year when she kept having that ridiculous storyline with Sonya Deville.
Yeah,
I was picking her to, but then they ended because they shoehorned Ronda Rousey into it.
Yeah.
To have her and Naomi take on Charlotte and Sonya.
Yeah. And
then they blew it off at the
They did blow it off at the Royal Rumble because after being eliminated, Sonya Deville eliminated her.
Yeah, so
and then it was over.
And then it was over.
I think they had like one more match.
No, they didn't have a match after that. That was
because we were surprised.
Sonya started doing the thing with Ronda.
Yep.
Right after that, and then that's when they threw the Sonya Ronda together.
I remember she eliminated Cameron because she said it would piss Naomi off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it did that.
And then Naomi eliminated her, Sonya Deville. Yeah. And then that's when Sonya pulled Naomi
over while she was outside.
And then they cut it because we figured, okay, this is where we're going to see the setup for Sonya and Naomi.
Because I was thinking, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, and it never happened. But I mean, okay, so my thought about the whole entire thing is just that, and I don't want to go back to the incident, but I'm just saying, like, would you really think that they would have asked Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch to do that gauntlet if they were tag team champions?
They probably would have asked them, but they probably would have said no, and they probably been like, all right.
It probably would have been like, all right. Yeah. I don't even think that they would have asked them.
Matter of fact, honestly, do y'all think that if they had asked Bayley and Sasha to do it when they were champions,
they would have did it?
they would have did it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you.
If Naomi
I'm
was partnered with anybody else other than Sasha
No,
Banks,
I'm saying if Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah,
they would have.
They would have fought the gauntlet.
Yeah, they would have fought the gauntlet.
So what changed? So why wouldn't Sasha want to do it now?
Because they were black female tag team champions, and she felt that because they didn't defend that championship in 3 months, that they felt like that they had nothing else for them to do, and they felt.
They were trying to set them up for solo title.
Title matches that they were going to lose.
That they were going to lose. Ronda was going to beat.
Ronda was going to beat Naomi, and then Becky was going to beat Sasha.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Like, why would I agree with Sasha on that?
They didn't have a tag team championship match set up for the next pay-per-view.
No, they didn't. So what was it? What was the pay-per-view? Was it the TLC pay-per-view?
I forget which one it was.
Extreme Rules, I think it was. Something like that.
They didn't have.
But I'm just saying, like it just doesn't make sense. Like, you haven't given them a tag team championship match in months, and then you come out of nowhere with this gauntlet match and say, "Hey, we want you guys to enter." Okay, cool, I'll enter. Oh, but we want y'all to win.
No, we want y'all to be the last two.
Yeah, no, they wanted them to win the gauntlet.
No,
match.
it was it was a one-on-one. They wanted Naomi to pin Sasha.
Yeah, they wanted them to go against each other.
Mm-hmm. That's stupid.
They wanted Naomi to pin Sasha.
Yeah.
So they were going to win their separate ones, and then they were going to meet in the finals, and then they wanted Naomi to beat Sasha and Naomi to take the L in the finals against whoever the champion was.
It was Ronda at the time.
Yeah.
And then they were going to work her storyline in to put Sasha.
Yeah, because they was trying to put Ronda over during that time.
Yeah.
And they had stated that we're trying to work Ronda over. We need you, Naomi, to put her over.
Nah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Do I see her coming? It's a possibility that she come back. But
I think she's coming back.
If she comes back, it's two things. You either put me in a bloodline, you put a championship on my waist.
That's exactly what I would say too. Yep.
That's
the only two ways I'm coming back. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get that money from the promotions and everything of me being a champion. Fuck my deal. I know I'm gonna get more from these fans buying my merch if you make me a champion or if I'm with the bloodline.
Because at the end of the day, she can go somewhere else.
Could you imagine seeing a new bloodline shirt with her on there?
Yeah.
She's gonna sell.
Yeah.
All the female and kids are gonna buy that shirt.
I'm telling you,
they'll probably say we'll put you in the bloodline because in their mind the bloodline ain't gonna last another month.
Nah,
bloodline's gonna be for a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say bloodline ain't
even
gonna
after you think it's gonna be past WrestleMania?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the bloodline's gonna be past WrestleMania, and then when they finally like implode, I think it's gonna be like SummerSlam or something like that. Because right now they just got everybody's on the same page right now, so I think that it's too soon.
We definitely gonna have to see this tag team match is about to happen.
Oh yeah,
with Roman and Sammy.
Well, I think that Roman and Sami Zayn are gonna lose. Just me personally.
Probably because it's Cena's only match of the year.
That and it's better to write the storyline. Either way, Sami Zayn eventually is going to get kicked out of Bloodline.
Yeah, Sammy's going to be the one that caused them to lose, but in which way is
because the way I kind of see it,
it's probably going to be something where he gets distracted by Kevin, like having like a friendship moment where he doesn't want to do something.
Yeah,
and Cena hits the 5.
Well, you already saw how conflicted he was. During War Games.
Well, you see how conflicted he was last week when he was like, my friend. I'm his only friend.
They keep slowly working in little things. You know what I'm saying? And I think somewhere down the line, Sami Zayn is going to have a change of heart, which ultimately is going to cost Roman Reigns either both championships or one title.
I'm just going to be so disappointed if the rumor I've been hearing about it, Sami versus Roman Elimination Chamber, doesn't happen because I've been saying it for a while.
Sami versus Roman?
Mm-hmm. That's what they say they built it towards.
You think they're going to give Sami a title shot?
They'll give him a title shot, but he's not going to win.
No, he ain't going to win it.
But yeah, he'll get a title shot.
Could you imagine if he's the one that ends the streak?
Because honestly, what I could see is, because we're going to do our Royal Rumble show next week, but Sami could do something to Roman in the Rumble if Roman is even in the Rumble. Sami, or he could do something to another bloodline member. It's a lot of things that can happen. And then Sami
it could possibly be the fact that he was really trying to win the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Who, Sami?
Yeah, that sets it up.
I kind of feel like if they set it up, it's going to be that Roman asks him to take the fall in some type of way.
But that will only happen if Roman is in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
no, because he could say that he can tell him that he wants him to take the L for one of the Bloodline members,
or like you win the Rumble and you win the Rumble and you take the L once we face.
It could be that too.
Yeah,
it could be that.
Yeah, I think you said that before.
And then Sammy's like, Kevin Owens started hyping him up. No, you can't take the L.
Like, this is your
moment.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
And because also what it could be is the Bloodline may not break up when they fight each other for the championship, but it'll be Sammy actually trying to win the match, not the Royal Rumble, but actually try to win his one-on-one with Roman. Mm-hmm. That'll cause the actual friction in the Bloodline.
Yeah,
all I know is that Roman's not losing until the Usos lose those tag team titles, because there's no way that Roman's going to lose his championships and then the Usos still have both tag team.
But do you believe that he's going to lose both?
No, it's going to be one.
Well, then he would still have a belt. So
but that means that the Usos still can't have two titles. Can you see that the head of the table?
Well, they need to break up the Bloodline, break up the tag titles anyway.
But the Bloodline will implode if the Usos lose a title and Roman has one still. Because that still puts him at a stance of head of the table, and then you'll start to see like the Usos start to lose that velocity and stuff like that.
If anybody can see what's happening, you can tell that either one or two things is going to happen. And I don't think that the one scenario that I'm thinking is going to happen, but I definitely think that. Okay, so this is my one or two scenarios that I'm thinking. Okay, I don't see Roman losing both belts. Mm-hmm. Right, we said that since he's won it. Right. I think somehow, some way, somebody's just going to challenge him for just one belt, and then that's when he's going to lose the belt. As long as he's going into these matches and he's defending the unified, championships, he's never going to lose.
Yeah.
But the moment whoever, whether it be Cody Rhodes or whoever that comes in and says, "Hey, I want to fight you for just the WWE Championship," that's when he's going to lose it.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the tag titles, honestly, WWE's tag team division is trash. Mm-hmm. Raw and SmackDown.
They ain't got no choice but to keep.
I don't think that they're going to separate those belts. I think that they're going to eventually unify them into one tag team,
like they did before,
and then that tag team is just going to float in between shows for right now.
So, this is my take on how they lose the tag titles, real quick, and then we're gonna move on. The Usos are going to cause a distraction for Roman to lose the WWE Championship, right? Part of that is they're going to take out the enforcer, Solo. Mm-hmm. Because Solo's always with Roman now, right? He goes, he makes sure he handles everything.
Yeah, when Sammy was about to get made, I like the whole mafia shit. Yeah. They said, he's like, "Where's Solo?" It's like, he's with the tribal chief.
Yeah.
So then during the Usos match, Roman comes out, tells him, "You better win this," and he tries to help them, but also causes a distraction, and they lose.
Or it could be just straight up.
I don't think they're gonna lose straight up.
I think they're gonna lose straight up.
If they lose straight up,
I think it's gonna lose straight up because I think them losing straight up, and I think Roman losing straight up makes for a better storyline.
It does, because then it causes
friction. Exactly.
If the Usos do lose, it's probably gonna be to the Street Profits.
I'm thinking the Street. That's the only tag team
because they're still building.
They're
still building up Montez.
Yeah. That's why I said the tag team division is in so much. It's in shambles right now.
Yeah.
Like that's the only tag team I can see that can take the belts off of them would be the Street Profits.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Not the Alpha Academy?
No, hell no.
Shh,
please. You sound just like his ass too.
So y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Thursday, and we have a OTR questionnaire, and this is going to be surrounded by finisher moves.
So this questions that you came up with?
Yeah, it's just about finisher moves.
Okay.
How do we know these answers are correct?
No, it's just it's a questionnaire. Like, so it's giving your opinion based upon what I give you. It's not
trivia. I was about to say.
Nah, ain't no trivia. We ain't gonna do that yet. We ain't gonna do that yet. I'm working on that. Though. I'm working on that.
Study.
So it's basically this is gonna be about, I'm gonna put out a finisher. I'm gonna give a couple superstars who do this finisher. Y'all let me know. We all gonna choose who's our favorite one to actually do it, or who do we feel like does the finisher the best.
The 3D. No, just go ahead.
I thought about doing that, but I've only found 2 people who actually do that. So
there was another tag team, but
it was, and I couldn't remember.
But they never really did it as like a finishing move. They just did it like once or twice here.
Yeah. So I want to say it was Animal and what's his name?
The LOD.
Yeah, and they were doing like they changed up their Doomsday device. Yeah. All right. So first, it's gonna be the spear. So we have Goldberg, Roman, Edge, Batista, and Ricky Starks.
I was just about to say.
You know how to throw them in there.
I was just about to say, can we have Ricky Starks in there?
Because the way Ricky Starks,
his spear is crazy.
The way he hit that jump on MJF and knocked him out his shoes, I was like, "Oh, he got to be a contender."
So who does it best?
Who do y'all feel, in y'all opinion, does the spear the best?
Okay, I'm sorry, this isn't going to be a popular opinion or a popular choice, but the reason why I have to say it is because this dude hit one spear that will go down in history as by far the best spear ever, and I have to go with Roman. And that's because I
am shocked.
I know that's what I'm saying. You're shocked,
and I know which one you're talking about.
Because of the way that he freaking speared the Big Show.
I knew it
when he was coming and running down that damn ramp and flew. And when he hit him with that spear, to me, you got to put him in the books as the best spear ever.
Okay, Trey.
I've never liked the way Edge did his spear.
What?
Yeah, I've never liked it. I hate it. I actually hated the fact that he did the spear. I wish that he could have just.
He forgot a person too, but it's all right. That should have been on the list, but it's cool.
No, who is it?
Rhino.
Oh, yeah, the Gore.
The Gore is still a spear.
It is. I forgot Rhino, so you can put Rhino in there.
I would say Rhino if he was in the part of the list. Okay.
Recency bias wants me to say Ricky Starks just because I just like the way his looks.
Because he literally does it like he wraps his
but
arms.
that's because it's new age.
But I would probably say the classic Goldberg.
No, there we go.
No,
I got Goldberg.
No. No.
That's mine.
Goldberg used to be my favorite wrestler outside of Sting.
Okay,
and WCW.
So when I was watching the clip of WCW, and I literally seen him almost break the dude in half. I forget who it was.
Bro, when he speared The Rock when he debuted in WWE, that was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, Goldberg had some vicious spears. Batista had some vicious spears.
He did.
Like Batista, remember he used to do that whole. When he became a heel and he started spearing people, and then he would do the rollout, and then he started the Batista bomb. He'd do the roll through with the. Once he started doing the roll through on a Batista bomb, it like elevated everything he did to a whole nother level. Yeah, but I don't know. Okay. I told you, I picked Roman because
it is good. Like I'm not saying it's bad. It's a great choice because we all gonna have different takes on it. All right, next one, choke slam. So we got Big Show.
Okay.
Undertaker.
Okay.
Kane.
Okay.
Hurricane Helms.
Okay.
And the Great Khali.
Oh.
Big Show.
I don't like Big Shows.
What?
I don't like when he falls to his knees. I just never liked when he fell to his
knees. Y'all okay? First of all,
I like Kane.
Let's get something straight, okay?
I like Kane.
Undertaker's spear went
chokeslam.
Chokeslam. I'm sorry. Undertaker's chokeslam was great until he came back as the dead man. You know, when he was riding, or when he come back when he was on the motorcycles and he was rolling around.
American
Badass. Once he came back as American Badass, his chokeslams, he had too many damn surgeries. His chokeslams were just like flat as hell.
I like his chokeslam as American Badass.
I like him better when he was the dead man before he came back as American Badass. He used to pick people up over his goddamn head and book like Kane did.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, his choke slam just got shorter and shorter, like he couldn't bend over because his back was hurting.
Too many last rides.
It probably was too many damn last rides. It was something about the Big Show with his choke slams, right?
Big Show or the Giant?
What do you mean? You talk about WCW?
Because this is the difference. I think the reason why I didn't like, because when he was the Giant in WCW, he used to fall to his knees when he would do a choke slam.
I didn't like
the
that.
visual of that just never sat well.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't like that. No.
So when he was the Giant, he picked him up and he held his back and he'll turn and like.
But he did that in WWE too, though.
For a little bit.
No, he did it for a long time in WWE.
Remember,
you got to think about it.
He switched to that punch.
Yeah, when he was the Giant and he did the choke slam, I think he was falling to his knees because of, one, how tall he was.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a way of him absorbing some of the impact because that's a long, and then when he got to WWE and he realized, like, oh, this is a whole different league. Like, his first match against Stone Cold Steve Austin, remember when he talked about it and how Stone Cold was in the corner and saying to him, like, come on, you can do better than that. That's all you got. Hit me. Like, he's like, oh, shit. Okay. I was never allowed to hit Hulk Hogan and them like this in WCW. Like, he said when he went in matches with Hulk Hogan and all the other people, them top stars, they told him, you better not don't hurt the talent. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of where the falling to his knees came from with the choke slam and everything.
Well, that's his fault for being safe. Sorry. Penalized.
So I'm
going Big Show. I'm going Big Show.
I'm going Kane.
Great Khali.
I got Hurricane.
What? You just think it's funny.
No, honestly, I think it was Kane for me.
Okay.
It was just like.
Are we talking about Kane like before he took the mask off?
Yeah.
Because
all of them.
Because maskless Kane was trash.
No, maskless Kane's chokeslam was vicious.
Man,
I'm talking about.
I had to look at it.
Very first Kane.
Okay,
very first Kane.
Kane. I can give you
all
that.
his moves were legit.
But Kane that took the mask off, that chokeslam was. He stopped doing the tombstone. He stopped doing the real vicious chokeslam. Like, I don't know.
WWE changed also.
He stopped doing the very vicious chokeslam once he put the mask back on.
That too.
Yeah. When he went to Team Hell No, then it was just like watered down.
Yeah.
Everything was. All right. So next one. Frog Splash.
Oh, okay.
I already know.
All right.
Well, actually, no, I don't.
Eddie Guerrero.
Uh-huh.
Rey Mysterio.
Uh-huh.
D'Lo Brown.
Ooh.
RVD.
Okay.
Montez Ford.
Okay.
You better throw Logan Paul in there too.
I'm only doing current. Well, I can't do current.
He is current. He's a current wrestler.
This was hard.
His was a tadpole splash.
This was hard for me because part of me wants to say Montez Ford because of the elevation and the height that he gets. It just looks good. But then part of me goes, come on, now, nobody does a frog splash better than RVD. So I'm on the fence. I got RVD and I got, but then again, you got Rey Mysterio and Eddie. This is hard. I don't know. Man.
I was going to throw Dominic in it, but then I was like,
nah. That was hard because
I'm going Montez.
I think
Montez.
So that was a good one.
Montez
because he does a frog splash. He does damn it does a handstand after.
I know, right?
Like he gets so
that damn high. Impact from bouncing off that ring.
So I was looking at that, and then I was looking at RVD, right? And I was like, well, RVD when he did it, he used to bounce up too, and he used to hold his stomach.
RVD was a stocky, wide guy. You know what I'm saying? Like for him to be flying around the ring with the size that he was back then, even now, because I still seen him do a little bit of something. Yeah. And it's just like, it's insane for him. It's kind of like Keith Lee whenever he's doing fucking somersaults off the top rope and shit like that. Like, you're not supposed to be able to move like that. So that's why I feel like you got to put RVD in that picture. Like Rey Mysterio's frog splash were just picture perfect.
Yeah, like Eddie Guerrero.
Oh,
Eddie Guerrero has the most patented frog splash.
I think he has the most, what they quote unquote WWE term charisma.
Yeah,
when he does his frog splash.
And D'Lo Brown, like I give him all, like he did not have a bad frog splash.
No.
His was just different. I liked how the fact that he freaking did a freaking split in midair,
Yeah.
and came down and did it. You know, the real deal
with the chest plate.
Yeah.
So me, I gave it to
D'Lo.
Mine was RVD.
I give it to D'Lo because D'Lo did the little head thing before he got up there. Yeah.
You're fucking with the real deal now.
D'Lo Brown is one of them underrated wrestlers.
Yeah, he is.
He does not
man.
get the props that he really
Hey, and
deserves.
shout out to D'Lo, man. He's
Yeah.
still doing it.
Yeah.
Like in the indies. He's
Yeah.
still wrestling. All right, so next. Sharpshooter.
Okay.
Got The Rock.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Bret Hart.
Okay.
Sting.
I mean, obviously, it's between Sting and Bret Hart.
Yeah.
I mean, who did it better? I'm gonna have to go with Bret Hart.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bret Hart. Bret Hart. I love Sting. Scorpion Deathlock is my joint, but Bret Hart. It looks like he's the originator of it.
He is. I feel like he. That's why I have to
And
go
then,
with. I feel like
and
he
then
is.
you threw Shawn Michaels in there just to fuck with us, because I'll never forget the Montreal Screwjob. He had to tell him that he was putting the shit on the wrong way.
Exactly.
The move that he used to screw him, he was putting it on the wrong way. And then everybody always makes fun of The Rock, how he puts you in and then just yells at the top of his lungs after he puts it on.
You know, I had to pick one that we all could agree.
You know, I forgot that The Rock even did the sharpshooter.
Yeah,
That was his. That was his.
That was
Because when you put it on, you go,
Yeah,
That was his submission.
All right, so next, ankle lock,
Okay.
Ken Shamrock,
Okay. I already knew he was gonna say that.
Kurt Angle,
Of course.
Ronda Rousey,
Okay.
Chad Gable.
First of all, Ronda and Chad is out.
Hey,
Ronda-
hold
Ronda-
up now. You
I
talk
like
about a
Ronda's
submission
good.
specialist now.
Yeah. Ronda's
Ronda just started doing the ankle lock, did she not?
She's been doing it for 4 years now.
She used to do the arm bar.
She used to do the arm bar.
Mhm.
but this arm hurt.
Yeah, but now she
When she went through that stint when she was tagging with Kurt,
Yeah.
they fought against Stephanie and Triple H.
she did the ankle lock. I mean, okay. Clearly, if we're talking about who did it better, it's between Ken Shamrock and Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I feel like this is just a biased view that you got to be. I was more of a fan of Kurt Angle than I was Ken Shamrock, so I'm gonna have to go with Kurt Angle.
I used to love Ken Shamrock.
I
I wish that he actually had got a world title run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Instead of just an IC championship.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Ken Shamrock.
Because Ken Shamrock, he had started standing up, and then when he got ready to finish you, he'll cross his leg and lay down.
And then
Well, that's
my
where
shit-
Kurt Angle got it from, because Kurt
Yeah.
Angle started doing that too.
Yeah,
my
when he
shit
really
was
wanted to lock it in.
on the commentary. They're like, "Oh, he snapped! He snapped!"
Yeah.
Like he was just going crazy, about to
Yeah.
kill this nigga.
Yeah, it was tough for me picking between Ken Shamrock and Kurt Angle.
I just feel like Kurt Angle tapped out more people than Ken Shamrock.
He did.
So that's
He was wrestling bigger matches.
true.
Yeah.
That
But
too.
Ken Shamrock did make the Rock tap out at Survivor Series.
He did.
He did. Me, I think when I look at the whole everything to set it up. I mean, shit, because Ken Shamrock, you knew when he was about to put it on too, because
He did that Bailey
he
to Billy.
was-
Yeah, but you knew
Hit
what
his
Kurt
head.
Angle was about to do because
took
he
the
pulled the
shoulder
straps down.
took the straps down.
So-
So I'm gonna have to go with Kurt. Man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with
I think Kurt Angle's setup was a little bit better because Kurt Angle was he hit you with the Olympic slam,
Mhm.
and then after the Olympic slam, then that's when the damn straps come down, and then he goes right. I like the setup from Kurt Angle, so that's why I just go with Kurt Angle.
All right, so now we shoot over to which one would you prefer? So the first one is lower body submissions. Would you prefer the sharpshooter, Boston Crab, figure four, or Texas Cloverleaf?
For us to do or have put on us.
Or just period. Like what do you feel like is more of an effective submission?
Okay, so I know from a kid in wrestling, Boston Crab,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really hurt that way. Okay,
And now I'm talking about Boston Crab too, like the lion tamer. That's a Boston
I know
Crab.
what you said. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I've been putting Boston Crab. We've been out in the backyard. Boston Crab. Yeah. Sharpshooter fucking hurts.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Figure four
Fig-
in Texas Cloverleaf.
Texas Cloverleaf was
First of all, Texas Cloverleaf is like one of the most difficult submissions
It
they
is.
ever put on
It
somebody, or even to see, because it's like a sharpshooter, but it's not a sharpshooter.
But I'm gonna
They're
tell
holding
you
you up more.
Yeah, and they're holding your leg too.
But I'm gonna tell you right now,
Figure four.
that figure four,
It's your fucking shin, man.
that figure
Your
four,
shin and your leg, like
woo,
it's your body putting strain on your own body part.
woo.
Yeah.
When people say wrestling is fake, okay, let somebody put you in the figure four.
A
Yeah.
legit one.
A legit
legit
figure
one.
four, yeah, okay.
Your
I
ankle, your
I gotta
shin,
go with the
your
figure
knee.
four,
Me too.
hands
I
down.
go with that
Four.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hands
Woo.
down, figure four.
All right. So double hand choke slam or single hand choke slam?
Single.
Single.
Double just to me aesthetically just doesn't.
Only certain people could do it.
Like the Great Khali was one of the people that could do the double hand.
Mm.
Like I don't know, and it just doesn't look as good. Like you lift the person up, they wrap their legs around you,
And
then
honestly,
you throw them
the
down.
double hand choke slam is kind of like one of the most. It is very, I guess, not safe, dangerous type, because I've seen a lot of botches to where we throw them down, their feet kind of clip, and they end up hitting the back of their head. So it's
I kind of feel like
concussion protocol.
I feel like the double hand choke slam is on the same level as like a spine buster.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's what it kind of seems like to me.
Alabama
Okay.
slam.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay. So I got one for you.
All right.
Because y'all would be like, hold on, ain't that shit the same? Tombstone or pile driver?
That's the same damn thing.
No, it's not.
I like
Because a tombstone
The tombstone.
is stomach to stomach.
Yeah, I get
Pile
that.
driver
Pile
is
driver-
back to stomach.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you
It's
drop
not
them on
the
their damn head.
same though.
I like the pile driver better.
Okay.
I think the pile driver was the worst move out of all of them.
Okay.
I mean, it was so bad that they banned it
For a
because
while.
for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they just now started
Well,
letting
Jack.
people do the pile
They
driver.
do it in AEW.
That's what they still don't even do it in WWE.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, if you're picking which one's the worst, the pile driver was worse.
Mhm.
I think Tombstone was easier for people to control because they could lock their hands around you, they can get to the right height, and then the way that they drop people. Pile driver, did they not sit out when they did the pile driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, versus Tombstone is you land on
Yeah,
your
remember.
knees.
Because I remember
Remember when Stone Cold got his neck broke?
Exactly.
that
And
shit
that
went
was
to
the
side.
last pile driver that was given.
Yeah.
Was the one that broke his neck.
Okay.
Still same thing.
F5 or the FU?
Ooh.
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 And we talking about Dr. Thugonomics.
Ooh.
Because the FU is the same as the attitude adjustment, but not the same as the attitude adjustment.
Yo, I gotta think about this one. Okay, so if you're talking about which one's more devastating, of course it's the F5.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about, in my opinion, which one kind of looks better,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the FU. If I had to say which one's my favorite, I'm going with the FU.
F5.
I know you was gonna
He
say
spin
F5.
you up throw you like a helicopter.
So when mind you, when I'm making these, right, I'm going back and I'm watching it, right? So
John Cena hit some nasty
the
FUs,
the
man, back in the
deficiency
day.
of the F5 is that over time it got worse,
Yeah.
and not for the good. Meaning that we seen more people taking it on the shoulder, turning sideways, as opposed to when you
Landing
first
on your
started
face.
landing face first.
Yeah.
Which you can still protect yourself landing face first. But
I think it's also
Every-
Brock. Like he can't
Yeah.
toss him the way that he used to toss
every FU that I seen, even going to the double FU,
him. Yeah.
it wasn't the double attitude adjustment that came later. It was just like, and back then he did the FU so fast. Like
Yeah.
now it's a
He
whole
would catch
setup.
he would catch you out of nowhere with the FU. But I think the reason why I kind of pick it over the F5 was because John Cena got to a point where some people that he would wrestle, he would roll through, pick you back up, and then hit you with a second one. Hell, at one point he hit Randy Orton with what, 3 of them back to back? I think one time.
And the FU, he kind of threw you too.
Yeah,
he kind of catapulted you.
Yeah, no, there was some that he threw some people.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he FU somebody and throw him over the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember that. So I don't know.
He even used it in the Royal Rumble to eliminate people.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, Brock did the F5 to a bunch of people over that one.
That was a tough one. But I was like, "Ooh, God!" And you know, like the names kind of circulated from each other.
Yeah,
because of their rivalry. So that's why I picked that one. So next, y'all go last.
Stunner RKO.
Not yet.
Okay.
Rock bottom, booking, or the Uranagi.
Rock bottom.
Uranagi.
Okay. I can see that.
Uranagi.
Only reason why I don't really pick the booking was because I think
it was a watered down rock bottom.
I think Booker T kind of put that on the back burner when he came over to WWE. I kind of think he realized the status of the rock bottom. And to him, the scissor kick and the spin Rudy was way more.
He got rid of the booking after him and the Rock's feud.
Yeah. Well, he kind of got rid of it before.
No, but though
he didn't really hit it that often. When
he hit it during their feud. He kept.
Well, no, that's because they were feuding with the Rock.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, even before they started feuding, he didn't really hit the bookend like that.
Yeah. So, all right, next, RKO or the Diamond Cutter.
Oh, shit, come on, man. You ain't got
so why you going to throw the Stunner in there?
That was next. Part of it. That was next. I just wanted to separate it because I just wanted to separate it, the RKO or the Diamond Cutter. Because some people might actually enjoy the Diamond Cutter.
No. Weird people?
Hell no.
Nobody enjoyed the Diamond Cutter.
Randall Keith.
Unless you were somebody who snorted cocaine. And I'm sorry.
I literally put that out there for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Only because it popped up.
Nah, because
I seen somebody post
other than DDP, Cody does a cutter.
Yeah.
But it's not a RKO.
No, this is the Cody Cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
there's nothing that compares to the RKO.
All right, so RKO or the Stunner?
I'm still going with the RKO. The only reason why I would pick the Stunner, and it's just because of The Rock.
It's the sell.
Right? The Rock sold the shit up. If the Rock, I kind of feel like if The Rock didn't sell the Stunner for as long as he did for all those years, it wouldn't be considered as good as of a move as it is now. Because you see, after he sold it, then you see everybody else that was capable. I mean, I watched The Rock.
Scott Hall, RIP, sold a great one.
Yeah, Scott Hall did do a great one. But I watched The Rock do, what was the one where he did the fucking headstand and then hit the ropes and
when The Rock did the Stunner with the beer in his hand and he spit the beer out when he hit it.
The Rock sold the hell out of Stunner. But I don't care what anybody say. Fucking Evan Bourne doing the shooting star press off the top rope into
number one RKO ever done.
Or WrestleMania with Seth Rollins about to hit
number
the
two,
and he throws him like 7 feet in the air, then catches him with an RKO. There's
number
nobody.
Two, and number three is definitely Kofi. I'm sorry, that's my boy. But when Randy Orton hit it and he was like stupid. And then the number 4 would have to be when he reversed the Undertaker's chokeslam into an RKO.
Yeah.
And that's when the RKO was born.
Yeah.
When that match
the Legend Killer Days
created the RKO out of nowhere.
Because wasn't his finishing move some type of twist? Oh no, that was Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
What was his finishing move when he first came in? I can't remember what it was. It was something because they scrapped it.
It was called the Ring of Orton or something like that.
He used to go like this.
Yeah. It was the Ring of Orton. Okay. And he would hook him and then he would do some kind of
He would hook him and then he would turn him, right?
Yeah, okay. You're right.
I remember because then they scrapped it and then out of nowhere he came out with tattoos on the arm
and then I remember it was like, so what about doing a cutter? And he was like, well, doesn't DDP do that? He was like, yeah, but do it try to do it out of nowhere. And that's when he did it against the Undertaker feud. And he hit it with one arm.
Yeah.
And it was like, he hit the RKO out of nowhere. And that's when it was born.
So, it's so crazy. I don't know if you have anything else on your list, but
I do.
I kind of like how now they're kind of passing the torch on for certain moves. You know what I mean?
Okay.
KO got the stunner.
We're gonna get into that.
Riddle got the arcade.
Yeah, Riddle got the
We're
RKO.
gonna get into
Okay.
that. Okay. So I got 3 more, and then we're gonna get into my last question. Frankensteiner or Hurricane Rana?
Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, I can't remember what Frankenstein looked like.
Frankensteiner was pretty much it solidified off the top rope.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was more jumping off something and then catching them and then doing. It was more of a front flip as opposed to swinging them around. So I like the Hurricane Rana too.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio was like one of the ones who created the Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
Because more so, it was supposed to be made to actually when
Wasn't that kind of the move that he did off the rope? After he did the 619 and flipped him, and then when he pinned him,
but their head was supposed to be a combination of a power driver and a Hurricane Rana to create the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
All right. So Spanish Fly or Canadian Destroyer?
I don't remember the Canadian Destroyer. I know the Spanish Fly.
The Canadian Destroyer is a flipping power driver.
Yeah.
Don't Sammy do the Spanish Fly?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have to go with the Spanish Fly.
Ooh, Canadian Destroyer for me.
I have to go back and look at
you
the Canadian
flip over
Destroyer.
him.
I know what you're talking
catch
about.
him and what's his name? Is the founder of that Petey Williams.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Petey.
Last one. Swanton Bomb or 450 Splash?
Swanton.
Oh, man.
Only because of Jeff Hardy.
I was gonna put Ricochet's in there, but nobody does it like Ricochet.
Yeah.
But it's been a couple people that I've seen do a 450 Splash. So
that's hard. I would have to.
A lot of the cruiserweights could do a 450.
Yeah, but 450 looks so damn good though. And the Swanton, I mean, to me, honestly, the only person that does it to perfection is Jeff Hardy.
And KO does it pretty good.
KO does it pretty
for
good.
his size.
For his size.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go 450.
Yeah, that was my choice. I love the Swanton though, but only when Jeff Hardy does it.
Okay, I got an honorable mention.
What's up?
All right. So, curb stomp or the punt?
Yeah, I love Randy, but I'm going with the
curb stomp.
I'm going with the curb
stomp.
stomp.
The curb stomp?
Britt Baker does a good one.
I'm going with the
punt.
I'm going with the curb stomp.
I used to, because Randy used to fucking go drive forward with the foot afterwards too, and get the full extension afterwards.
I just saw with Randy Orton when he was feuding with CM Punk, when CM Punk was running Nexus, and he went and punted Mason Ryan, and he flipped and he was pounding when CM Punk came in the ring. That was the most vicious Randy Orton ever, when he was bald head, clean face and stuff.
But when he first came out with the punt, and then that's how he became the legend killer, because he started punting all the daggone WWE legends.
Oh, I got an honorable mention now too.
Okay.
Running knee slow. So it's kind of like so it's 3 of them. So you got the running knee that Bryan Danielson does from the corner.
Okay.
You got the V trigger that Kenny Omega and all he would do,
or Sami Zayn,
or the phenomenal elbow.
Ooh, phenomenal elbow.
I like the V trigger.
I thought you were gonna throw in a halloumi kick. If you threw that in there, I would have went with Sam.
We throw that in too.
If you throw that in there, I'm going with.
I wanted to get an AJ Styles move in there, but we had already talked about.
If you throw
what's the name
without the haluba kick, I'm going to go with the V trigger, because Adam Cole does a variation of that.
Well, okay, so if we're talking about that, then we got to talk about Austin Theory.
Austin Theory does a thing of CM Punk.
It's like
a GTS,
like a GTS.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the haluba kick is nothing like it, man.
Yeah, the haluba kick
is nothing.
Who's the girl that does it? Dakota Kai.
Yeah,
Dakota Kai does one.
The haluba kick is nothing like it.
Yeah, I love that shit. When Sammy be hitting that shit.
All right. So my last question: how do you feel about finishers being dialed back to regular moves and signatures?
I don't like it, because finishers were supposed to be what the fans knew was coming and this was going to end the match. And I kind of feel like they watered down finishers.
So my key thing is, and my example for this, and I kind of answered it, but I'm gonna still say it. I answered it for myself, and it was like, you take somebody like Shawn Michaels, right? His finisher was sweet chin music, also known as a super kick.
Yeah.
Not everybody does a super
But a
kick.
super kick is different than a sweet chin
super
music.
kick is supposed to. Okay, so
Sweet
I
chin
get
music,
what you
you
said.
got to tune the band
So
up.
sweet chin. The reason why sweet chin music was so devastating was because if you think about the way that Shawn Michaels set it up, it was from one side of the ring all the way to the other side of the ring.
And
Whereas the super kick is standing in place and then they're kicking them in the face.
but now you see the Usos do a super kick from the corner.
A form of a super kick.
Yeah.
Yes, I get what you're saying. I don't know, man. I think this is where the downfall to finishers went. The downfall of finisher moves was created once Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker met for that first time at WrestleMania.
And they kept
kicking out of each other's finishers. And then I kind of feel like the world of wrestling seen the pop that they got. Remember, everybody was talking about, oh, everybody wants the cheap pop.
Yeah.
They want the kick out. Nobody wants to take the finisher and then take the move. They just want the crowd to cheer because they kicked out of it. And I kind of feel like that's where we're at now. Like now you need what? Some people need 2-3 finishers before they can end a match because they're trying to get that pop. They're trying to make it exciting versus a finisher that's supposed to be devastating and nobody's supposed to get up. Nobody's supposed to kick out at F5.
No.
Right? You're not supposed to kick out at F5. There's no reason.
You might get maybe 2 people that could possibly do it. And that's a pay-per-view worthy match.
Exactly. But I mean, Brock Lesnar is not supposed to hit the F5 2-3 times on somebody like Seth Rollins and he kicks out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bobby Lashley, I can give him kicking out of 1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Bobby Lashley.
The adrenaline is what helps them kick out.
Nah, man. You're not supposed to be able to kick out of multiple. Even what's another one? Like the go to sleep. The reason why it's called the GTS is because you hit it, you're supposed to go night-night.
Well,
right?
you already know. The crazy thing is he has the most protected move in WWE, but his gimmicks are horrible. That's Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Nobody ever kicked. It's like 2 people have ever kicked out at the end of days.
Oh yeah.
He normally only has to hit it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he never gets the chance to hit it because of his character.
And the thing about Baron Corbin is he has a signature that can be a finisher.
Because nobody's supposed to kick out of Wasteland. When he hits that, ain't nobody supposed to kick out of that shit.
Like you're looking at it, bro. He spent you 3 times and landed your ass.
Yeah.
There's no way you should kick out of it.
What's his name? Had a fantastic finisher move, and I felt like nobody was supposed to be able to kick out of it. The commentator now, leader of Nexus.
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett. What was his finisher move? Where he lifts you up and then
his was Wasteland. What you're thinking about with Baron Corbin is Deep Six.
Deep Six, yeah. No, Wasteland, nobody was. That's a finisher move that there's nobody that should have been able to kick. And it looked good too. I used to love when I couldn't stand his character, but like that finisher move.
And then he ended up changing his finisher to an elbow.
Yeah. Which was awful.
He took the sleeve off his elbow and he used to spin around and hit you with the elbow.
I think I've asked you.
Like even so, you even I'm gonna tell you one more. JBL, right?
The clothesline from hell.
The clothesline from hell. He used to flip people inside out. Now what you see people getting flipped inside out with a just regular clothesline.
Okay, well I got the perfect example for you. Remember when Randy Orton started doing that DDT through the second rope?
Yeah. He
pinned John Cena when he did it the very first time. It was so devastating that was it. Like the match was over. Yeah. Everybody was stunned. Yeah. Right?
So that could be a move to quote unquote knock you out.
Exactly. Yeah. And then after that,
it
became a signature.
Yep.
And I'm like, how is this a signature? This should be done in over.
And I remember because freaking Tommaso Ciampa, when he had his feud with Johnny Wrestling, that was his finisher to finish the feud for a while. He took back the ring, had him on the wood, and he hit that move. He hit that DDT. So, it just shows like, man, it's crazy just how and the reason why I had answered it and I was like, okay, so I saw that some finishers for the past got turned into regular moves after they retired.
Yeah.
Well, some of them needed to be.
Yeah.
Like the leg drop doesn't need to be a finisher.
No.
First of all, that was the worst leg drop ever. Ever. They were even talking about it. I was watching a interview and it was like, who in the blue hell made the call that this was going to be this man's finisher move?
Real talk, the Rock, the people's elbow shouldn't have been a finisher neither.
That was the second one.
Well, the people's elbow was never really the finisher.
The people's elbow was the coup de grace.
Yeah, the people's elbow was the
so
on top.
the
It was
signature
a rock bottom, and then he went from the rock bottom into the people's elbow. There was a
Actually,
couple of times when he hit him with the spine buster.
actually, the spine buster was the
Led up
setup
to
for
the
the people's
people's
elbow.
elbow.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, if you really want to talk about it, then let's talk Naomi. Her rear view is not a finisher. I mean, come on.
That's a lot of rear.
It's in WWE's. It's in the. I watched a YouTube special. It's in the top 10 as one of the worst finishing moves
It is.
ever. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
Right along with Natty and her fucking spinning clothesline shit.
Oh yeah, that's horrible. Well, because it's like a weird, weaker version of the clothesline from hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But some ones that I did like was I liked that Moxley when he was Ambrose took the double arm DDT from Mankind.
Yeah.
The Dirty Deeds. Now the paradigm shift. I did like that. And remember how
I don't like the paradigm shift.
Remember how
Well, dropping anybody on their head should be a finisher.
exactly. Remember Mark Henry and Big Show when they would use that knockout.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast that Stone Cold had just a while ago, what that he had with Paul Heyman, and they were talking about how Mark Henry, his fist is so big that him punching you, him having that finisher where all he did was just punch you, WMD,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and he would knock you out. He said that made sense.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Big Show.
Yeah, but because Mark Henry did it first.
I know.
But,
I'm
he
just
was saying, he was just talking about how finishers should make sense for the person.
It should be
that's
part of your
doing
character. It should be something that fits your character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Finishers shouldn't be just something that I think now some of these newer superstars that are coming in, they just go with something that looks good.
They make it up as they go.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this looks good. Let me go ahead and add this as a finisher.
Yeah.
And to me,
I think he also said something like, if Mark Henry really wanted to, he could just choke you out. So if he had like a finisher where he just like grabbed your neck like that, and then you just went down and you submitted like that, that would make sense for his character. Like stuff like that, they need to start bringing back.
Like Umaga. I'm glad that they gave Soa the spike now. Mm-hmm. Like the Samoan spike is a finisher.
I would
taking
rather
a wrapped up thumb
to
somebody's throat.
I would rather see him do that than the flying solo.
Yeah.
Because the flying solo is a rock bottom.
Yeah.
I prefer him doing the spike.
Yeah.
Because it fits with his persona.
You know what I would like to see Solo do? I would like to see him have one. I'm glad that they gave him the spike. It fits his character so much.
Yeah.
I kind of think they might take it away from him once Umaga's son kind of gets in the ring, depending on the style that he goes. But if you think about the way that Solo carries himself, he carries himself like Umaga did, right?
That's why I wish they did the war paint for Survivor Series.
Yeah. And then I kind of want to see Solo with the Uso splash. Mm-hmm. I think the splash fits Solo better than it does the Usos.
Yeah, I like the 1D for
the 1D fits the Usos perfect. Yeah. I'm so glad that they brought back, that's what I'm saying. That's what brings me back to finishers, because I'm glad that they brought back the 3D, and then they brought it back in a way to where it's a true finisher, right? It's not something that, like you said, that they do like Kevin Owens doing the stunner, but the stunner doesn't do anything to anybody. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just like, and it's, you know how they changed the New Day's finisher as a tag team. What was their finisher called? The big ending,
the
right?
Big ending, yeah.
That was just him.
Oh no, that was big
Midnight Hour.
Midnight Hour.
Yeah.
So they changed it because Midnight Hour was Big E hold you up,
Yeah.
and they come down, and it was like a DDT.
Yeah.
Along with I forget what the move is called but just a slam. Now they do it where Xavier sets him up over his knee, and Kofi does a coup de grace.
Yeah, the coup de grace. Yeah.
So I'm just like, damn, y'all switched it up that quick. We didn't forget what it
Because
was.
it fits them more.
Yeah, it switched it up because Big E's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they shouldn't give it the same name though.
Yeah, well, they got the free bird shit, so they
yeah,
really don't
true.
fly. But this is my last question. 'Cause I know I've asked y'all this before. Do y'all think that since most matches on TV don't end clean anyway, especially when the bigger stars are in them, do you think that they should only save their finishers for premium live events?
Nah.
And just try to win matches using their signatures?
Oh.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to see Seth Rollins hitting 2-3 curb stomps on fucking Raw.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that.
The curb stomp is one of the most watered down finishers that they have.
And it got watered down, it got watered down against Brock, but it really got watered down against The Fiend.
Yeah.
He hit 50 against The Fiend.
Yeah.
It got to the point where the crowd started booing.
Because it was like nobody wanted to,
like, bro, you hit
nobody
50
wanted to see the curb
stomps
anymore.
on The Fiend.
You really don't, and I'm glad you say that, you don't really see many people kick out of Sister Abigail.
No.
That's one move, even with Alexa Bliss. If you hit that, it's the end of it.
Because with The Fiend, he started doing the mandible claw, so he stopped doing the Sister Abigail as much.
Until he knew he needed to finish it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Randy Orton is something that could go anywhere because he can hit it out of anywhere.
Yeah, but Randy Orton, there's very few people that kick out of RKO.
Yes.
And when Randy Orton hits you with an RKO on like a regular show, Raw or SmackDown, it's over.
Yeah, but
the only time somebody really kicks out of the RKO is if it's like a big match, like a title match
Your name is John Cena.
What's that?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, other than that, the only time you see somebody kick out of the RKO is on the pay-per-view.
Yeah. All right. So this is the last one because I said it already. But this is the one where I'll talk about somebody switching a finisher. Because I like the fact that Mankind, Mick Foley blessed The Fiend with the Mandible Claw. Who is the next person that you would like to see bless a particular superstar with their move?
Besides Triple H blessing Seth Rollins with pedigree?
Somebody else.
Okay, so
one that we haven't seen yet.
That's a good one. That's hard to think. Okay,
I'll tell you what mine is.
Go ahead.
The Razor's Edge.
Mm.
Hold on.
The crucifix powerbomb that Razor Ramon Scott Hall used to do.
Somebody used to do it too.
I want somebody to do it now.
Who was doing that?
I know
his son was doing it.
I got one. Because I'm trying to think.
I don't know who I want him to give it to. Well, he can't give it to anybody, but I don't know who I want to have it right now.
I know who I want to have it because I think that it would help him. I think if the Big Show gave his knockout punch to Braun Strowman, I think that would be a great finisher for Braun Strowman.
You know, the funny thing is, Paul Whitehead and Park Henry are both in AEW now.
Yeah, no.
That would be two people that could bless him when they're not even in the company.
I would like to see somebody take the AA on too.
Besides R-Truth?
So stupid.
I can see. What if Cena gave it to Theory?
I don't think he's gonna give it to Theory because Theory's a heel. Cena's gonna give it to somebody that's a face.
You see Theory being a heel for the foreseeable future?
No. Theory to me is a person that it's so hard because we haven't really seen him as a face. So it'd be kind of weird whenever he finally does go face. But if they do it right, I can see him as a face. But my issue right now is that I kind of feel like Theory is going to fall into that Miz state, right? Nobody sees the Miz as a face. I don't think you'll ever see the Miz as a face, right?
Even when he's trying to.
The Miz is so heel that he almost has to stay heel.
I do like the Skull Crusher finale. I do like that.
You do?
I like it because I like it when he like the way he sets it up, the way he's like behind you and doing all that.
I got a good one.
And then he gets you, and then he puts you, and then he just does the face plant. I like it.
I got a good one
because he'll hit that thing out of nowhere too.
That is true. He will. Okay. I would love to see somebody take the kill switch. Yeah.
It could have been Jungle Boy.
Yes. The kill switch to me is one of those underrated finisher moves that looks good, and to me, it has the power that if whoever hits it shouldn't get up from the kill switch. Like they should be done.
I want Shane McMahon to bless Montez Ford with
Coast to Coast.
Oh.
That's a good
Nobody has that leaping ability right now.
That is a good
like
one.
Montez Ford.
In his solo run, he'll probably do it.
Could you imagine him doing that?
When he starts doing,
But he saves it only for premium live events.
Once he starts doing hardcore matches.
Oh, that's, hey, listen, everybody watching, make that happen.
Make that happen.
Make that happen.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Or what if he hit against one of the Usos to win the titles?
Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast was nasty, man.
Because
I still don't know how Shane pulled that shit off.
Me either.
Because if Shane, don't get me wrong, Shane is athletic, but I when I first watched him do that, I said he ain't that damn athletic.
Don't get me wrong.
The first time he was short.
Okay, so
when he first tried it, he was short.
Oh yeah.
What was it? Was it against Kurt Angle when he first tried it? I think the first time he ever did it was against Kurt Angle when they had that match.
That
I Quit match.
Was it against Kane?
Nah, yeah, I think it was. No, it was when he was in. It was the corporation time, and they had set a chair up, and he was supposed to fly.
But he missed it. He was short.
Missed.
I remember the first time he did it. I can't remember who it was against, but I remember he was short.
I want to say it was Kane.
But I mean, kudos to him for getting back up there and doing it. Hey, Shane has done some shit. That's a whole other segment in itself.
Like I wish that they could bring the last ride back.
They need to
give it to Omos.
Hell, that would be a great move for Omos.
It would, but damn,
that would be a
freaking 15 feet in the air. Good lord,
that would be.
And if somebody kicked that, that'd be ridiculous.
That's concussion protocol.
How many people think about this? Outside of Shawn Michaels, I think you can count literally on one hand the amount of people that has kicked out of the last ride.
Yeah, it was only one.
No, I think it was more
two.
I think it was
two. I'm gonna
look
at what I know. Great Khali and Batista.
I think it was
Did
like
Rock kick out of it. Did he hit it on?
No, the Rock never kicked it. I don't think the Rock.
No, Brock.
Oh, Brock.
Did he hit it on WrestleMania?
He didn't. I don't.
Yeah, but Brock didn't kick. Yeah, Brock did kick out of it.
So that's 3.
Or
so 4. We're still on one hand. So we're at 4. But for as long as Undertaker has been around, and I mean,
nobody ever
27.
Nobody ever really kicked out of his tombstone either.
That's true,
except for like Brock, really,
and Kane when Kane first got there.
Kane, Brock, didn't Shawn kick out of one?
Triple H,
Triple H kicked out of one. John Cena kicked out of one.
Matches, yeah.
But no, the last ride. Think about it, man. 27 WrestleManias and only 4 people that you can think of right now has kicked out of the last ride. It says a lot out of that move right there.
Yeah. Damn. Any other moves? I can't think of any. Well, hey man, hope y'all appreciated this episode, man. It was a little something different. I kind of like this questionnaire. I'm gonna think of some other stuff to go along. But hey man, you've been tuning in to Over the Roast Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy JD, aka Mr. Mic Drop.
It's your boy Jay, aka Mr. Rant.
Hey yo. This is Trey, aka
Treyway.
I said Treyway.
Oh, okay.
Aka OTR Trey.
See, there you go. But yeah, we out. Peace. Tune in next time.
I forgot to save it last time.
No, I say